Hi guys, I'm Rupen Rao and welcome to my cooking show. Happy New Year 2020, and it's really cold and wintry in DC, and I thought I will make a couple of stews when I'm doing some videos now. So today I'm going to show you how to make lamb Rogan Josh. It's a dish from India, the northern state of India called Kashmir. It looks fiery red, but it's not spicy at all. It's somewhat spicy. It's made with lamb and yogurt and spices that are locally available in Kashmir. It's made with a lot of ghee, which is the clarified butter, which will help us keep warm in this winter. So let's go ahead and learn how to make the stew. So the best part about making a stew is that once you add the ingredients, you can just bake it for an hour, hour and a half and forget how it's cooking, and the result is wonderful. This lamb Rogan Josh is made in ghee, which we use a lot in India, and on a medium level heat I have melted some of that ghee and I'm adding a cup of red onions. Anytime I add red onions, I always make sure to add about a teaspoon of salt. That will help the red onions cook quickly and help them caramelize. Once that's been done, I'll give it a good stir, making sure that all of the red onions get covered with the ghee. I'll spread the red onions and cook it for 10 minutes, stirring once every minute until the onions caramelize. So it has been about 3 minutes now, and the onions have just started to get translucent, and this is a good time to add a lot of ginger. Now ginger is good for winter, and in Kashmir they use a lot of ginger, so I'm going to add ginger and cook the onions for about 6 or 7 more minutes. So it's been about 6 minutes since the onions and ginger have been cooking. So I'm going to add a pound and a half of lamb, and this is lamb shoulder, boneless and skinless. Whoops. And I've chopped it in 2-inch cubes, and now I'll give it a good stir and cook this until the lamb sears, and that takes about 20 minutes. You just stir it every once in a while to make sure all the fat is getting seared and cooked and the onions are not burning. So while this lamb is cooking, I want to talk to you about the spices that go in this lamb. So I have a friend in New York, and they have a company called Moji Masala, and they have a spice blend for making this lamb Rogan Josh. Essentially, you'll need Kashmir paprika, and if you cannot find Kashmir paprika, then you would use sweet paprika and some cayenne, some fennel, some ginger, some black pepper, some garlic, and all of that is in this spice blend. I will leave a recipe, my recipe, but today I'm going to use their spice blend. It smells really good, it's very aromatic. They also have a little bit of coconut, which will add a special flavor. So what I'm going to do is add some yogurt into the spice blend and make a paste. One reason why we do this is so that the spices don't burn when they are added to the stew. So if you can see, it's been a few minutes and a lot of fat comes out from the lamb, and definitely there was some ghee, and that's okay. You will see that this dish is fattening, and that fat is called Rogan. So what I'm doing right now is adding a little bit of the yogurt, okay, or all of it, and then I'll stir it. It's extremely important that you add this yogurt like that and let the lamb absorb the yogurt. Otherwise, yogurt can curdle in cheese and water, and that is something you don't want. So once I have added this yogurt, I'll cook it for a few minutes. So I can see that the yogurt has been absorbed by the lamb. It took about 3 minutes or so, and I'm adding the Rogan Josh paste that I showed you earlier. Every single bit of it, do not waste. It has a lot of flavor. You'll see a nice fiery red color, but it doesn't have a lot of heat. It's the color from the chilies, but it's a very mild chili. I'll give it a good stir. And this is a pound and a half of meat of lamb, and so for every pound you use a cup of water. So for pound and a half, 1 cup of water should be sufficient. It looks beautiful, as you can see. Oh my god, it's really good. In all modesty, you know. And now this will go in the oven that I have already preheated at 350, and it will cook for about an hour. So I'm going to add some water. Like I said, a cup and a half of water. Okay, and you can see how beautiful it looks. I had already added a teaspoon of salt. I might just add another teaspoon. Get a good stir. I'll cover it and I'll bake it at 350. So the lamb Rogan Josh is ready. It looks beautiful. It smells wonderful. It has a nice fiery red color, and have a couple of pieces of lamb here. And what you want to do is cut it using a spoon, and if it cuts through, then this is what we call fork tender, which means that the lamb has cooked properly. And this took about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I will just scoop it out to serve it. And that's it, lamb Rogan Josh is done. Thank you for watching.